Hello! So today we are going to learn a few new tricks while we make our snow scene. The instructions here are for a scene where there's snow, but you can also add holiday decorations if you'd like to make it a holiday scene. So the key things we're learning today are making custom colors. We're also going to be talking about shape outlines. And the third thing is making thick lines as we make our digital snow scene. Okay, so for the first step we're going to do is we are going to insert a shape. That's up here. We've done this before. I'm going to insert a rectangle for my background. And I would like it to be a blue color that looks kind of turquoisey and light. And so this one is a little bit too bright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here into custom colors, and I'm going to go over here, and whichever one I choose is showing up above there. And I'm going to make it a little bit transparent. Let's see what it looks like. It's pretty close to the color I was looking for. Okay, so that's custom colors. Number 2 is we're going to add a curvy line, a curvy shape for our snow. And so I'm going to use this shape, and I'm going to change the color to white so it looks like snow. I'm going to go ahead and adjust it to be my background. Okay. So my snow is going to be just some circles that are going to be dropped into the snow. So first I'm going to do is just insert the shape, which is a circle. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to right click and copy it and make a whole bunch of them. Those are going to be some bigger ones. And I'm going to make some smaller ones. Okay, so now each of these has an outline on it. And you can see on mine, I don't have any outlines on my shapes. So that's how I discovered where are the outlines. So I'm going to go ahead and touch the shape, and right here is the border color. So I'm going to go ahead and touch that and I'm going to say transparent. So now I see no border on that. So that's our second thing we're learning is about outlines or the border. It's called border color. And I'm making all of them transparent because I don't want to, I want them to look like snow just falling in the sky rather than a circle. And I'm going to go ahead and make the border here transparent and the border on this transparent. So now all of my shapes have no border on them, which is kind of cool. So now I know how to do shapes without a border. But what's cool is that I can also do shapes with a border and emphasize it. So what I'm going to do is, the next thing I'm going to do is add some triangles. So I'm going to do the triangle, the first triangle back here. And notice how my colors get lighter as I go back, light, medium, and dark. That's to give a sense of space. I also add these animal tracks in here to have that sense of space. So the first thing I'm going to do is add a triangle. I'm going to go ahead and insert a shape and find that triangle shape right here. So it's a pretty normal shape. Now what you can see here is a normal equilateral triangle with the sides all the same. I'm going to go, first of all, change the color, and I'm going to do a light green, which is good because they want it farther and back. But now look, if I touch this little orange shape here, I can distort my shape. So that's kind of a neat trick. I want that to be kind of a smaller tree and narrower. So let's go ahead and reduce it down. And I want to add a stem or a trunk. So I'm going to go ahead and insert a rectangle. And that's going to be, I want that to be a brownish color. And again, I want to have kind of a custom color because my colors here on the tree are kind of light. So let's just see if I can, what my brown looks like here. If I choose that one, it's kind of dark brown. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to choose custom color again. And I'm going to go way over here and have it be a little bit lighter. So that kind of works with my color scheme now. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you here, all of your custom colors are being saved right down here. As long as you're in this activity, your custom colors will be there. Okay, so next I want to do the lines. I'm going to do these lines back here. These lines are, I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to do insert and line. And this is a straight line. So wherever I start it, that's where it's going to go. So there's my line up the tree. But if I look at it, it's pretty thin, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is go back into this same thing where it was border color. Now it's line weight. And I'm going to change it. These are points or pixels. So I'm going to do it 8. And that gives me kind of a thick line. I could even go thicker if I want to. I need to always be in the shape for it to show up. I could even go to 12 to make it thicker. And now I want to go back to the color and use my same color that I used for the trunk. All right, so that's cool. Now I want to add my branches. So I'm just going to add more lines. I'm going to insert line. And I'm just going to start right here. And I can do that same trick of copying, or I can just draw my own lines. But I'm going to go ahead and do 8 point, and I'm going to change the color so I can see it right away. There's one line. Now I'm going to just right click, copy, and paste so I can get some more lines without having to draw them all. So there I have one, and I can just move it up. The other thing, if your drawing is really small, you can go ahead and zoom in on that section and see it a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead. It's easier if the drawing is a little bit bigger. I'm going to paste again. There's another line. And I'm going to paste again because I still have the same copy in there. And now I have 4 lines that are all exactly the same. I just want to make them a little bit shorter so that they don't look funny on my tree. And I can adjust those. Okay, so I'm going to just make this one a little bit shorter. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more so I can see that a little bit better. And it's over here. And I can just get on that circle a little bit easier if I zoom in like that. Okay, so I can go ahead and copy this one and then paste it here. What I'm doing is I'm right-clicking on my mouse. And if you don't have a mouse, what you can do is you touch the thing you want to copy, and then you go up here and you do copy, and then you go back up there and you do paste. So you can do it either with your mouse or with the command up there. And if you don't have a mouse, it's definitely easier to do it with that command. And now I'm going to do another paste. And I'm going to move it down here. And since I'm zoomed in, I can see a lot more detail on my tree. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and view zoom to fit. It's at 45%. Now I'm back at my normal size. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do is I'm going to do this other tree here, which has thick triangles, and this one has thin triangles. And you can see the colors are a little bit darker as I get forward. So I'm going to go ahead and just insert my triangles. I'm going to insert 3 triangles. So I've got it, and I'm going to copy it and paste it. I'm going to go ahead and change the color right away so I don't lose it. And that's going to be a little bit darker than the previous one. And now what's neat is I can add a thick white border on it. I'm in the square. I'm going to go to border color. I'm going to go white, and I'm going to go 16 point. Now I see a really bright, looks like I have snow on my tree here. So I'm in the second triangle now. I'm going to do white, and I'm going to do 16 again. So now I have some really thick triangles, and I can copy that and paste it. Okay, so there's some really thick triangles, and it starts to see like I have some snow on it. Now I can turn these a little bit to make it look a little bit off so that my tree, it looks like little branches are a little bit curved. Don't want too much. Okay, so I need a trunk, so I'm going to go ahead and copy that one, and I'm going to paste it and just bring it over here. And I'm going to change the color a little bit darker so it looks like a little bit different tree. And I want the triangles to be here. I want the bottom one to be behind. So I've got to go ahead and do arrange, order, and send backwards. There we go. And I want this one arrange, order, and bring forward so that its line is in the front. That looks cool. And I think I want to make these just a little bit bigger because the tree should be bigger on the bottom. Okay, again, the tricks we learned today were how to use this. The outline is right here called border color. And when we make a line and we want to change the width of it, it's line weight. It's really in the exact same spot, but one is when we're in the shape and one is when we're in line. And custom colors are found at the bottom of colors. It's only in the solid colors where you can use the custom colors. All right, happy art making and good luck on your project.